Damn, that's very nice.
Hey, brother. Sometimes you just gotta get your shit in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Eli It Up, the show on the Wrestless channel where we review AEW. And today we're not focusing on Dynamite, but instead a special episode of TV. We're talking about Grand Slam Australia, coming to you live from the Brisbane Entertainment Centre in lovely Brisbane, Australia.
Woo!
Yeah. Funnily enough, my only relatives who live in Australia just moved back.
Oh Jesus, my sister's just gone over, but she's Sydney bound, not Brisbane bound yet. So I don't think she was at the show.
Yeah. Of course, this has been, let's just say, a weirdly built up to event. It was supposed to be at the giant Suncorp Stadium at first, and they were like, no.
Yeah. It's like a copy and paste, Control V, Control C of how WWE's Australian event went. Where they were like, like it's the same thing, it's just
look. So this is the same arena that one Australian episode of Nitro aired from, and just because we love saying fuck you to Eric Bischoff, it outsold that episode of Nitro.
But David, the internet's been telling me that AEW is just early 2000s WCW.
Well,
what do you mean it outsold them, David? What do you mean?
Doing better than them.
I choose to believe faceless Twitter accounts. That's what I choose.
I don't know if they've already passed Nitro's air date, but I think they're either close or they've already done it, which, fuck you, Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, they're either like officially running longer, or since the Max deal, they're definitively longer. Like it's one or the other. Like it's gonna come or it's already happened.
Well done. Yeah. So no Excalibur, which is rare. We just have Nigel and Tony Schiavone on commentary today. Obviously, Taz can't travel because of his hip injury.
I enjoyed it. I'll be honest. I'm normally a Schiavone not hater, but you're
soft.
I'm a little, but I got Nigel, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
that's all that matters to me.
Especially with our main event for the AEW Women's World Championship, you gotta have Nigel out there.
I mean, what's the point in Mariah May being on a show if there's no Nigel McGuinness? That's all I'm saying. No offense, Mariah, I love you, but I don't love you as much as Nigel does. We'll get to that.
But we're going to talk about Miss Fan Service later. Now it's time for a bit of man service as our opening match.
Yeah, brother.
Away, we have the Omega Powers, the Golden Assassins, Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega versus Proto Soup. That is, of course, Konosuke Takeshita and the Proto Star, Sydney's own Quail Fletcher. Of the Don Callis family.
I have to give it to you, brother. The Omega Powers might be the greatest team name I've ever heard in my life. That's great work. That's great work.
That is what they should call it. And after this match, as much as I want them to both be single stars, I kind of want to see a tag run. I kind of want to see a tag run. Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if I get a match of them and Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, I won't be angry about it. Yeah. I will not be angry about that at all. Not in the slightest.
Okay, so as to be expected, with this being the opening match and with over 10,000 people being there, the crowd is insanely hot, and they were hot all night.
Great crowd, yeah.
It's one of those crowds that just enhances the show, for me at least.
Yeah, we'll get to a certain bit of the show later that definitely needed enhancement, got it from that, but great crowd.
Yeah. Kyle gets cheered when he comes out, and for the rest of the match is resoundingly booed by his own countrymen. Hell yeah. Which Ospreay and I think Ricochet as well called out David LaGresh, who is Bully Ray's co-host. We were just talking about Bully Ray before this. Saying, they won't boo Kyle Fletcher in his own country. You were wrong, bitch.
People know how to be wrestling fans these days. It's crazy. It's wild.
Yeah, I suppose I should just mention this right off the bat because there's no better place to put this, and it has been dominating the fucking discussion all weekend.
This ring thing.
The ring, because this is So WWE and AEW both use a 20x20 ring, which is not the standard. Standard is 16x16 or 18x18, which is what this ring is. This ring, I think UT Marshall said they got it from PWA.
I think it was that because a lot of wrestlers came out and were like, that's the best ring you can get in Australia. You know, I think it was Steph Miranda that said that. She was tweeting and kind of defending them.
Obviously, PWA is where a lot of the Aussie guys came up. Kyle came up there. Robbie Eagles, obviously, he was on the Ring of Honor show, which we might talk about at some other point.
When I get a chance to watch it, I'll
Yeah. But, PWA is where a lot of the Aussie talent comes from. It's a good ring. 18x18 is the standard. It's the OTT recently just got an 18x18 ring for the Royal Rumble, and it was great.
People were jumping on poor Toni for this.
I don't get why, although there was one person who blamed their loss later on this. We'll get to that.
Yeah, and poor brother, get better soon. Kind of did his ankle when he entered the ring on it as well.
Yeah, but you win some, some getting back to the smash before we get massively derailed.
He deleted the tweet.
This is awesome chance before the bell even rings, as is appropriate. Look at the 4 people in the ring.
True. Yeah.
And we get one of my favorite chants. I'm glad it's not just the Brit Rest crowd doing this. We get the Ole Ospreay chants. Ole, Ospreay, Ospreay. Obviously, with that awesome reception, Will and Kyle are the ones to start off. They just beat the shit out of each other consistently throughout this match. Like, there are obviously, the individual rivalries are focused on a lot in the action in this match.
Yes.
But they're often intersecting. Like, you'll get Will and Takeshita because obviously they had a feud last year with obviously Takeshita won the international championship from Ospreay.
Yeah.
That incredible triple threat match at Wrestle Dream.
Very tasty. Very, very tasty.
So Pro Soup work a lot on Ospreay's upper body to start off with, which you would expect considering, Ospreay is, big speed guy, lots of cardio. You want to just sort of slow him down. You go after his lungs, you go after his back.
Yes, of course.
But then he is able to escape with his sick corkscrew kick and gets a huge pop for the Kenny hot tag here.
Oh my god, the crowd came alive, like they were alive with Kenny's entrance, which I'm not the biggest fan of that theme. We've talked about that, but I can't deny he felt final boss levels of like this guy was fucking, it's Kenny Omega. He's the greatest to ever do this, and the crowd were chanting for him.
Feel that? See these? These are goosebumps.
No, but like Kenny's like Kenny gets in and oh my god, like
he just goes straight after Takeshita. Goes for some very strong offense, gets Takeshita out of the ring, but not for long. He goes for his Terminator dive. Takeshita cuts it off. I've just written here in parentheses, prick. Ospreay gets in and sends Takeshita out of the ring, and Fletcher is already on the outside of the ring, and they go for a double Terminator topic on Hilo, which looks awesome.
Oh my god, it was so good. Very, very fun.
And there's this great gif of Ospreay because obviously he's alive with the crowd chant and Mimes shooting heroine. At this point I noticed that he is incredibly tanned.
Yeah, oh my god.
This was the melanin from the sun.
It was it was like it was so much fan service and I loved it all. It was so good.
He goes in to work on Takeshita some more. And then Don Callis grabs his foot and you hear very, very loud boos for this and very loud fuck Don Callis chants as to be expected. Yeah.
It's very good.
So
Don Callis is live on commentary too, by the way.
It's great. Takeshita dogs him.
Yeah.
It's great. Takeshita dogs Ospreay for a bit. Kenny tags in. And then Pro Soup immediately start working on Kenny's midsection. There's a lot of great stuff for commentary. Callis says he'll destroy Kenny even if he has to rip out another foot of intestines from him.
Oh my god! And Don, like at one point, he just goes, I know a lot of things in this business. I know where they made the incisions, and I'm not above sharing that with my guys. I'm like, wait, so Don pointed out on a diagram or a doll where they made the incisions, and Kenny's like, it's stop on it. I love it. He's such an evil genius. It's great.
Yeah. Eventually, we're able to tag Kyle and Ospreay back in. Yeah, but before he gets out of the ring, Kenny hits a whopper of a snapdragon to Kyle, and Kyle just sells it like he just broke his neck. Which,
dear God. And looking at it, maybe he did.
Well, if that did, this next one will, as Ospreay immediately hits him with the Spanish Fly after this.
Jesus Christ.
It always looks terrifying with a lad that size. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, because Kyle's so big. Like, he's like, you forget Kyle is like, he's like, what, 6'4", 6'5"?
There's a picture of me with Kyle.
Yes,
Kyle is twice my size. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Kyle is a tall boy. And he's beefy too now. Oh my god.
So Will and Kyle then go into a slugfest. And fucking Christ, that one shot from Kyle. Just like you could see spit flying from Ospreay's body, and as well as just like all of the sweat that he's had to this point just evaporate off of him. It's monstrous. But that isn't enough to get Ospreay down. Ospreay sends the outside of the ring, and Ospreay gets chance. Kyle gets rejected by his own country, tries to take it out on Kenny. This does not work. Yeah. He gets back into the ring. Ospreay goes for the Oz cutter, but that gets countered into a power slam. But then that gets countered into a sick looking DDT.
Oh, is this a spike one he does?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. You can tell these boys love each other the way they're selling for each other. Like, they're making each other look like a different bunch.
I think I might have flipped some things around. I just have a note here that says Brisbane fucking despises cows. Yes.
Oh my god,
yeah. They work on Kenny's midsection again some more, which leads to the first of many great singers from Nigel, which is just after a particularly vicious looking shot from, I think it was Kyle. It's like Kenny might need a colostomy bag after that one. Yeah. Then he, Takeshita, as he wants to do, goes for the German suplex. Ospreay holds on to Will, who's in the corner, and he just German suplexes both of them.
It was brilliant. It was absolutely delightful.
And then to one of the most insane spots of this match, which is fucking saying something. They set Kenny up from an assisted super power bomb from the top rope, but Kenny just counters it into an avalanche Hurricane Rana. Jesus Christ, mate.
Oh my god, mate! It was phenomenal. It was incredible work by both of them.
Yeah. As this is happening, Ospreay hits a sky twister to Kyle on the outside. Yeah. Kenny hits a powerbomb into a V trigger, and then goes for a poison Rana. Now, this looks like it was meant to be countered somewhat, but whatever way they landed, I think Kenny was just sort of loopy for the rest of this. Now, granted, him loopy is still one of the best wrestlers in the world, still better than 90% of the people you're going to see on TV, but it is noticeable, and I hope the lad's okay. Yeah.
Oh, obviously. Jesus, yeah. Jesus, of course. Yeah.
It doesn't slow them down by much. Because then Kenny, the mad bastard that he is, tries to go for an avalanche one-winged angel. The only one I think he hit on AEW was the one on Christian.
Oh god, yeah. Was that the when Christian had beaten previously for the belt?
Yes.
For the TNA belt? Yeah.
Ospreay, I think, either noticing this or seeing an opportunity, directs traffic for Kenny. It's great. I love these guys.
Oh, it's so good.
There is a double tombstone. So there is Ospreay and Kenny both go for Ranas, I think. And no, both Kenny goes for the one-winged angel. Will's going for the Stormbreaker. They get countered into the double tombstone spot for a kick out, which I love this spot, but they've done it like 4 times now.
Yeah, like it's a good spot, but I'm also like, don't be making those moves not look that good. They should be killers.
Yay boo, and I love just the dichotomy of Fletcher and Ospreay are just still just battering each other at full speed, and Omega and Takeshita are both just very tired.
Yeah, they're like, okay, boys,
just slumped down. Just like, no, we can't do this anymore.
You're little skinny boys. We're carrying around more weight. Give us a break, mate.
And then there's a nice like double strike combos from Pro Soup as this takes down Kenny, and then Ospreay tries to go, I guess, take it out of midair.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful, lads.
So good.
Takeshita hits his Wagamama knee, or the power drive knee, I think they call it DDT, for 2. And then another spot that I love from Kyle and Kinosuke is that they go for that assisted sheer drop brainbuster.
Oh yeah, tasty.
It looks evil. Yeah. Ospreay is able to barely break it up, which leads to Dawn going, "What is that? It's a save. You know exactly what that is." Ospreay channeling his heroes, the 4 pillars, just goes and covers Omega, just holds on to him. This does not work.
I did love this though. At this point, I noted, I love how gay Will and Kenny are. Is it a requirement for anyone who teams with Kenny just to be really fruity? I think it is.
To be fair, because
it's
also
if you look at his history,
it's also
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love how gay they are for each other. It's great. Great. I thought Joe and Kenny were the peak, but I don't know.
Anyone who teams with Ospreay is also quite fruity. I mean, look at Will. Look at Kyle. He's in the ring with them.
You know what? Yeah, they're all twinks, apart from Takeshita.
Although, apparently Kyle's mum ships him and Takeshita together, so...
I think they'd be cute. Yeah. I agree with his mum. That's good. It's good stuff. Oh, I just said mum. We cut that out.
Mum.
Mom.
They're Australian. Yeah. So... Takeshita tries to hit him with the knee again. Omega hits a very desperate V-trigger. That is enough to stun Takeshita for a while.
Yeah.
Fletcher, so Kenny goes up for something. Fletcher goes up. Kenny just sort of lightly pushes him off, and he crotches himself and flies out of the ring to the floor. And then we have my favorite just spot of the match where Takeshita, I think, is going for a run off the top, and Omega just grabs him and fucking flapjacks him onto the turnbuckle.
It was very nice.
As vicious as that is, it doesn't hold a candle to Ospreay then using him as a launching pad to like hit a leap of faith onto fucking Fletcher on the outside.
It's very good stuff.
And then we come to what is essentially the kayfabe version of getting hit by a nuclear bomb. As Kenny hits the one-winged angel, assisted with a hidden blade from Ospreay off the top for the 3.
I mean, if you want to kill someone,
the hidden angel is what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah. I like that. I like the hidden angel. It's good.
Yeah. Holy shit! What did you think of this match, Jeff?
I mean, I think you've done the best anyone could possibly do of running it kind of play by play, because there was so much going on. I think the overarching story was there's one bit that I do want to mention, and it's just silly bollocks, but I loved it. And it's like at the start of the match, and it's Kenny and Kyle in there, and Kenny goes for the "you can't escape," and Kyle gets out of it and goes, "Yes, I bloody can," and it's bloody brilliant. It's the best bollocks in the world. I love it. But in all seriousness, like, just to be quick and brief, because we are trying to make these a little bit quicker. Great story. Which a lot of people attack AEW for at times. Like the idea, the connecting thread of Don Callis through all 4 members of this match, brilliant stuff. The idea that he's going with the newer, faster, stronger, better boys, but you're going against Ospreay and Kenny Omega. I mean, it was just so good. It was a perfect start to this match. Yeah. Honestly, brother, like with what you were going to main event with, it's the only spot that this match made sense in to open. Because like you're not going to put this like what third in, you're just not. Great opener, set a pace that I don't know if they kept up with, but they definitely tried to throughout the night. And I really appreciate the ambition from them.
I'm just going to cut this in here, which is there is a backstage segment later on. Yeah, which leads to a Hype for Revolution going massively up.
Oh my God.
Omega challenges Takeshita for the International Championship. Hell yes, brother.
Beautiful.
And then Ospreay just says, hey, you know what? You, me, your family can't get involved because we're going to be locked in. Ospreay, Fletcher, Revolution, Steel Cage, bruv.
Oh, and AEW do a steel cage beautifully well, I may add.
And then he gets my favourite line of the night. So you thought your people would cheer for you, but they love babyface Billy here, bruv.
I can't tell what I love more about Ospreay. There's too many things. Is it how good he is in ring? Is it his sick gear and entrances? Is it his like heartfelt connective promos with the crowd? Or is it the bollocks he does in the back? I don't know, but I love it all. He's so good.
He's only petty when like someone has wronged him.
I mean, and that person deserved the pettiness, I'll be honest.
Yeah, like,
come on, Will.
Just like everything else just radiates, this guy just good dude, but he's just petty when he needs to be.
He feels like he'd be such a good time. Just hanging out with him, I feel like he'd enhance your, you know what I mean? Yeah. Love you, Will Ospreay. What a go. What a go.
Our autism king.
Honestly. The prime autist. Like, I respect it.
The artist we should all aspire to be. And we move to what I think is actually the most hyped match on the show, at least from 100% the fans' perspective.
100% it is, mate.
Harley Cameron, Aussie's own, takes on the new belt collector, Miss Four Belts, Mercedes Moné. Yeah. Before anything, I should note the outfits both of these women are wearing are absolutely wonderful.
Bro, the big like puffy yoke that Cameron came in. That was sick, dog. That was so good. Oh my God, I love
her like rainbow gear under that as well.
But really sick.
Not to be outdone, Mercedes comes out with beautiful gear. Based on like the graphics that they used for the show. Like it's the same color scheme. Yeah.
Her gear game is peak, to be fair. She's very, very strong gear, like regularly on the reg. Yeah. I respect it.
There's a lot of great like signs throughout this match. We'll get to that, especially as we get to the main event. There is a Mini Moné sign.
Mini Moné is my favorite thing in the world. I would just like to add, first of all, very quickly. Oh my God.
And I'll mention this because she technically shows up twice on this night. Momo Watanabe of Stardom is in the crowd. She beat Athena, Willow, and Persephone at Wrestle Dynasty to get.
Oh yes, in the 4-way.
Cup.
Yeah, Women's Cup. Yeah,
so
good match.
Challenge for any belts in CMLL, Stardom, or Ring of Honor or AEW, and she also appeared at the end of the Athena Ring of Honor defense.
Oh, did she?
Global Wars. So
very good.
She's keeping her eye on the opponents. I love Momo. Momo and Mercedes had an incredible match last year. I'm a fan of America. Yeah.
I've seen clips and I've obviously seen the 4-ways. Like I think the only full like Momo match I've seen. I really enjoy her.
Momo's
very
great.
Good stuff.
I will recommend you watch the Momo Mercedes match. Some people have said, and some people whose opinions I trust said might be the best women's match in American soil ever.
Jesus, yeah. Was that the one she had after the one with Chris last year? Yes, yeah. I know the one you're on about. I'll give it a watch today, mate. Great stuff.
Yeah. So to start off, crowd's very hot. They don't need to. They do a bit of chain at first. Mercedes does one of my favorite spots, which Naito and Andrade both do, where they just lazily just lie there on the top rope. Such a dick move.
Oh, it's pure heel bollocks. It's great.
I know Sean will be happy because the crowd hates Mercedes just as much as he does. Yeah. Mercedes, Harley's over like Rover. She gets some pretty good offense, and she puts in a very good underdog performance throughout all this. Should be said.
Really great, character work from both of them here. Yeah. Great stuff. Really fun.
She has good offense as well, and she's only been wrestling for not even 3 years.
First match, I just googled it just so I was sure about it before we talked. Yeah, her first match known was February 2022. I think that was first televised.
3 years.
Amazing.
And she's doing stuff like this, and she's handling herself pretty well for someone who's a considered rookie. I hope that I'm 3 years in my career that I can put in as good and as popular a performance as this.
She put in a shift, but also the beauty of Harley Cameron is, even if she was fucking ass in the ring, her character is so strong. Nobody cares. Cares. Her character's so good.
Yeah, I'm putting her in there with Mercedes, who is a ring general, is a good way to highlight her strengths and hide her weaknesses.
And it's also, I think, probably Monet took it as an opportunity to kind of silence a few people, because a lot of the criticism, a lot of the criticism I've seen is not that she's bad, but that she's a wrestler who can only kind of get to the level of the wrestler she's wrestling. She can't bring people up. I think she brought up Harley wonderfully.
I think she has disproved this shit.
Which is good stuff. It must be nicer to go out and put on a performance like that.
There's a lot of great crowd chants as well. Obviously, "Feel the Wrath" was the popular chant of the night. But here's one I hope just gets adopted going forward for Mercedes as a heel, as we get "CE No" chants throughout the night.
Oh, so good.
I love that.
So good.
Yeah,
it's very strong.
So after a good bit of brawling on the outside, that sends Harley to the outside. She pops out under the ring with Minnie Monet.
Yes!
Woo! And she beats Monet up with it.
But
eventually Monet is able to get him to break out. She grabs the puppet, stomps on it, and just thundercunts it out of the ring.
I love the way she does it as well, because she means to kick it up the stage and she flips it behind her nearly into the crowd.
It
goes all the way back.
It's awesome. I loved it. Yeah.
I didn't.
The crowd is massively booing her at this point.
Yeah, Minnie Monet's over, bro.
But wait. It's not the last time we'll see her. Yeah. There's a lot of great spots. Obviously, each other's signatures are used quite a lot in this. But I have to give special note to a move I don't think I've seen Harley use before. She gets a pump handle Saito, and it looks dangerous. It's not a backdrop driver, but it looks very much like it, and that just...
It's akin to it.
Yeah. But this is not enough to pin her. Harley is sent to the outside, goes under the ring, comes up with a very angry Minnie Monet.
No!
I love this. The gif of that is just been ruling my mind for the last 2 days.
She's ready for revenge, bro.
I love this.
Ready for a receipt, brother.
Then I think Mercedes tries to have the money maker.
A
few times. One gets counted into an Australian destroyer, and she hits that clean.
Bloody good eye, mate. That was so good. I love an Australian destroyer. It's good stuff.
So Mercedes goes for the moneymaker again after this. It gets countered into a roll-up. Nice. And Mercedes just says, fuck that. Counters it into a very stiff-looking powerbomb.
Yeah, she stacked her with that one. Oh my days, mate.
Then you go into a roll bonanza. There's a crucifix, a small package, a sunset flip. This does not work, but it gets Mercedes down enough that Harley gets up on the top rope with Minnie Monet in her hand. Goes for a swanton. She misses. Moneymaker. 1, 2, 3. An awesome match. Awesome match. Yeah.
Boo! She should have won. She should have won that title. I don't give a shit. I don't care if she had a 1 week reign. Oh, imagine the pop, mate. Oh, imagine the scenes in Australia. Oh my god. The stadium would have been destroyed. There would have been Minnie Monet sold out the bloody wazoo.
I guess that, but I think mainly because like this clearly was not supposed to happen, but Harley just caught fire very recently, so they wanted to capitalize on that. And I think she's going to keep this momentum going. I know people said no, but like no, she's good enough at maximizing her time on screen, and she's popular enough that she can keep this going. I think.
No, she's good enough. I think people are more so weary about the booking of it because we've been here before with Tony where he hasn't capitalized, and he's gone both ways. We've had him not capitalize at all, and we've had him push it back, and it's still been okay. Like the Acclaimed, the Acclaimed, the whole Acclaimed situation where like they probably should have won earlier than they did, but they eventually won, and that's okay. And if that happens, I'm cool.
And that was at Grand Slam.
That was a Grand Slam as well. Yeah, we just got a bit of an analogy there. But like, if that happens again, I'm cool. If she does win the belt at some point, cool. Like, if she doesn't, it'll be a real shame.
Obviously, as much as I'd like to see this, there's a good few matches I'd like to see for the TBS Championship with Monet as champion. Like, obviously, Megan Bain's the big one.
Yeah. Oh, like, obviously. But in my world, you book her to win this, and then just have Monet beat her at Revolution, and then have Monet do another few defenses and get beaten again. By some like a worthy champ or whatever, But like, I think the pop just would have been worth it. But that's just me. Again, I'm not angry about it because I love Monet. I think she's doing great.
I think that Harley's gonna ride this as like a wave of sympathy.
Yeah,
for this coming up. Yeah,
big time.
Great match. Even if the ending isn't what people wanted, it's still incredible performance. Great.
It's exactly what it should have been. Exactly what it should have been.
Yeah, and then we get to probably the least hyped match on this show, as the riders of John Moxley, the AEW World Champion, and King Bald Claudio Castagnoli takes on Cope Blade. Yes, Jeff.
I just want to preface this before I give out about this match. No matter what happened in this match, Cope's entrance was bloody phenomenal. That Brisbane crowd gave me goosebumps where I didn't know I even didn't have goosebumps. It was like beautiful. I just want to say that before I give out about it, and I won't give out about it too much, but what I give out about, I just want to preface it with, it doesn't matter because that was bloody lovely. That's just, I want to preface that.
Just, they sing along to at least like 2 verses of the song. It's beautiful. It's delightful. Could be the last time Cope wrestles in Australia. We don't know how long he's got left. I don't think he knows how long he's got left.
I would say it's a good chance it might be the last time he wrestles there, because like,
like even with how this match ends up, he puts in a hell of a fucking shift in this. I think this cannot be understated. For as unpopular as the storyline has been, Cope has been wrestling his ass off. I don't think he's had a lazy performance since he got to AEW.
Oh yeah, like the thing is with Cope, it's like I don't think anyone's calling him lazy per se. I think it's just the story just isn't there for a lot of people. For me, it's but it's still good to see him going. He can still go. Obviously.
After that, we get an actually quite large pop for King Switch coming out. Mr. Jay White. He's not Australian, but close enough.
Clean ass robe, dog.
Oh he has a sick outfit.
I love his
entrance robes. The white just looks so clean.
So clean, dog. I love it.
Which, like, I thought he was gonna bleed during this match because he was wearing white, but no.
Yeah, it's the automatic thing you think though. Any wrestler comes out in white, and you're like, well, that's not gonna be white for long.
Yeah. Then the Death Riders come out, and Copeland just jump them during their entrance. And like, no, we're not waiting for this. Fuck you. Yeah. Trying to go like play by playing for a brawl like this is not really feasible. So I'll just give you the highlight package.
Good stuff
from the moves and the crowd, because the crowd were lovely during this. They tried so hard to make this fun, and I think they succeeded right up until the very end.
Crowd really did them a service here.
So the entrance bunker for the stadium, like where the seats are, like just going up the concourse. Yeah, Cope just jumps off of that, and I immediately worried because the last time he jumped off something feet first, he was out for 6 months.
Yeah, I got worried when he leapt off that. I was like, hold on a sec. Save your legs, mate. Do not land legs first. Please
Jay
land with a Macromo.
is not as lucky as Mox and Marina just like take turns walloping him, which leads to a great chant of Moxley's a wanker.
It's very good. Very good stuff.
And Nigel lambasts Australia with all the horrible things that they've given us, you know, Crocodile Dundee, Bluey, koalas with chlamydia.
Nigel McGuinness is a goddamn treasure. He's the only true heel in commentary at this stage in the world, and he's a delight.
I should also mention he says that as there was for the last 3 days before this just a huge photo op of AEW wrestlers at Australia Zoo with a load of koalas.
Oh my god!
John sets up a table, tries to put Jay through it. He says, "Who's the wanker now? It's still you, John."
Yeah. Actually, no. There was not enough gravel in that voice. Who's the wanker now? Huh? What is it?
Shafir and Jay continue their rivalry from World's End last year. But then Claudio goes on a fucking tear because Cope gets closer to the ringer and stuff. Claudio just gets Jay, he pulls Jay off the apron, uppercuts him in midair, then gets Cope up for an elevated powerbomb through the table.
I'm convinced when Claudio does catching uppercuts that he does not hold back at all and actually just uppercuts people.
Yeah.
Because he decapitates them. Give him a break, mate. Come on. That's some whiplash. Come on.
Yeah. And we get loud "fuck you Moxley" chants, which Nigel has a great spot here. He's they're saying, this fickle crowd are saying thank you, Moxley. That's not what they're saying. I'm not going to say what they are saying.
I'll leave you listen for yourself.
Jay is being held by I think Claudio, as Marina just whacks him with the kendo stick in the stomach. He's getting it in the stomach, sus, over and over again. Yeah. Then he gets put into the ring, and then the weapons come out. First there's the trash can. Jay immediately grabs the trash can lid. Jay uses it as a lid as a weapon against Claudio. Doesn't stick. As Moxley gets in, and then this is probably the scariest thing, I think, just from a damage perspective, as Claudio just big swings him into a trash can being held by Moxley.
I just chucks it at his skull. It's great. It's really fun.
They start putting chairs and tables into corners. Cope finally rouses. This distracts him long enough for Jay to just get a kendo stick, and he just goes after Claudio with pure hatred.
Just pissing vinegar through his veins, mate.
Just breaks it off of him and just keeps slapping him with it. But then he gets into a chair in the corner. Yeah. Claudio and Mox goes for a doomsday device. This does not work. Claudio gets into a chair in the corner. Jay finally hits the Blade Runner on Claudio, and then Wiener Yuta, as he wants to do, comes to spoil everyone's fun. He has a belt. He whacks Jay with it. Jay no-sells it entirely. Hits a much more emphatic Blade Runner.
Oh god, I love that Jay just hulked up from the belt hits.
He doesn't even hulk up. He just doesn't even register that that he's getting whipped with the belt and just lambs him.
Yeah, he no-sells the first few, and then on the last two he goes and then it turns around and drops.
Wild to see that Yuta is slowly but surely turning into AEW's Dominic.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's him and Don Callis. They're 1-1. It's so good.
Mox hits a curb stomp to Jay. But it does not last long as Cope just crushes him into the ring post.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, boy.
Respect to Cope. You said, he put in a bloody shift here, mate.
Cope spears Claudio through a table in the corner, which was great. What a fucking pop for that.
Sound of the table was fucking beautiful. Big pop.
Mox gets up and then immediately is hit with a spear. And then Cope tries to go for a concerto holding a barbed wire chair, but Wiener Yuta hits Cope with the dick kick. Yeah. There's a briefcase shot from Marina.
Of course.
Claudio hits a Gosh style pile driver that only gets 2, but then Mock immediately cinches in the bulldog. Cope struggles for a full minute and a half, but eventually crowd chants, I think this is bullshit. The crowd clearly agreed. But aside from that, what did you think of this match?
They nearly had me going for the whole thing. Like, I was, the crowd sang Metalingus, and I was like, all right, I'm up for this. I mean, I'll forgive a lot of things for this. This is phenomenal. And then the match starts, and it was fun, and the concourse diving, and the chairs, and it's a lot of fun. It was just a load of bollocks match, and that's all right, as one wrestling critic would put it, a mud show indie match. But it was, it was a lot of fun. And then it devolved into a Death Riders ending, and unfortunately, that's a load of bollocks. It's like when the Bloodline went on a bit too long in the middle. Before they righted it.
Just the sight of Solo Sikoa's thumb.
Yeah, it's like you're waiting for some cunt in a hoodie to rock in and drop the opponent. You know what I mean? You're just waiting for Shafir to hit the strike. And then the ending, it's first of all, Edge is an old guy. I love Edge, but Edge struggling for a full it felt like 5 minutes. He was still kind of awake. And then he's out, and then they keep wrenching the bulldog on him, and it's this would have been cool if you hadn't tried to murder multiple people already. You can't go anywhere from there, Yeah,
it feels like, obviously, because Cope and Mox are set to have a world title match, a lot of people are now thinking that Cope might win the belt.
The only way I'm okay with it, and I've said this to you privately, is if my fucking boy, if Christian Cage cashes in on Edge as soon as he wins that belt and nutshots him and wins. That's the only way I'm okay with it. And even then, I'm not okay with any of it. But that would be the only acceptable reason.
I think Christian's getting involved, but I think that's how Mox wins. Because I don't think either of them are going to hold that belt.
Yeah.
What they have, in terms of just their work, they've earned it, but I don't think either of them are.
Hey, do you remember when Christian came in? He's not a Hall of Fame talent. What are you talking about? No, but I get what you.
Yeah,
they've earned it in terms of name value, but nobody wants
to see it.
It's there's so many people I want to have that title before them. Will Ospreay's in the company.
I think because Darby's going to Mavericks. I think it's Ospreay.
Honestly, just get it over with and put it on someone. I love Darby, and I love the idea of Darby world champion. He is my version of Jeff Hardy, because I was never a Jeff Hardy guy as a kid. But it's just put it on someone that isn't Mox.
I'll just I'll keep this brief, but the world title scene, it's not the world title scene that's the problem, it's the champion that's the problem, because the build-up of the world title scene recently, Hangman, Swerve, MJF,
dude, everyone loves
up. Ospreay as well.
Comes out.
Yeah, Ospreay as well. Yeah,
Ospreay. Fucking Kenny Omega's back. Put Kenny in there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, just everyone's putting in a shift. It's just that whatever Mox is trying to do is not working. Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, do you know what you do? Pop Moxley in one of those gauntlet matches they do so well for the title. Have him come in number 1 and just have all the boys go out there. One of them take it off him. Just get it over with. Just take the belt off him. Nobody wants it anymore.
Yeah. And we'll go to something a little more happy as we get to Bitch Bowl, the Battle of the Bitches.
Oh my God!
As Melbourne, not Melbourne, Tony Schiavone, Melbourne's own Buddy Matthews takes on the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. First of all, the entrances both these lads had. I love the Hounds of Hell theme. It rules.
Dude, it's
alive. Yeah.
I don't know, is it just because Brody was in a metal band that he just knows how to pick music, but every single theme they've had as a collective has been phenomenal.
I don't know if it's his band. I think it's like the same as the House of Black theme, which was done by
Oh,
his
yeah.
friend's band. Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. It's just, I don't know. Is it just because he's a musician and he knows how to pick?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it is. But like he just knows how to pick him, and he obviously has friends in the business who can make like banging themes, and it's great. I love it. Right.
This should be mentioned because I would feel a little. Okay, there's not Buddy's wife, the WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, is in the crowd for this.
Was she?
Yeah.
Get out of it! I didn't
see her. I don't know if
her.
you could see her on camera, but like she's in the front row. Yeah.
I would assume not, just because I think WWE have a big problem with that. It's like when they showed bloody Britt Baker in the NXT.
Cole's girlfriend.
You know what I mean? And they're like,
that didn't age well.
She's in the other.
I love you, Adam. I'm sorry, but I had to make the joke.
Yeah, look, hey, look, you know.
Yeah, but
leave it there before I say something bad about it.
Speaking of awesome stuff, Okada's entrance with the lasers, it looks awesome. Like Okada's had many great entrances. Like the one he had before his match with Bryan with the fucking just like black light turn his robe different color. This rules, and it goes for a good sweeping shot around it. It looked amazing. The crowd were actually quite split for this, which I was surprised by. Yeah. I loved it. Like, I love Okada. Yeah. He's my boy. Yeah. Bitch. And another great sign in the crowd, it says Okada eats Kit Kat sideways. Which, if you've ever seen the man eat corn, I don't think is that much of a leap in logic to believe. Yeah. Before the bell sounds, immediate flipping of the bird from Kaz, the first of many. Yeah, there's a bit of chain wrestling going on, a nice little shoulder tackle. Buddy gets Okada on the rope, does his little rope slap spot, which is, shoves him in the ropes. Then Okada gets so pissed about it that he just immediately, I think, forearms him and then just does it himself. Yeah. So, like, these two have wrestled before, and, like, they know each other's signatures pretty well. But,
I mean, Okada's just got to watch his Kenny Omega tapes, and he's good, you know what I mean?
I think he started
I love
to
you,
grow
buddy.
Out of that. Yeah, I think he started to grow out of that, to be fair.
He is, but it's funny to say he hasn't. Because like back in the day, it was like this guy really likes New Japan. Oh my god! like when Buddy was in the like literally when he was in WWE, it's like, oh, he really likes New Japan because he was just doing every Kenny Omega move you could do, like bar the one winged angel. He was in them all,
doing like. So they block each other's signatures. Buddy keeps baiting drop kicks and catching Okada when he's about to do it. I love that. It's a great little bit of psychology. He flips the bird to Kazuchika and he's like, all right.
Yeah, that was when he went for a dive and turned on a dime and caught him coming back in.
I see. Really good. Yeah. Okada gets sick of this, just grabs the belt, tries to run off. Buddy gets on the mic, he says, I keep calling you a bitch, but down here, we just want to call you a wanker.
I was expecting see you next Tuesday.
Yeah,
that's what I was expecting for that one.
America's not ready for that. Yeah,
but it'd be really funny,
this
though.
This pisses off Okada enough that he gets back in the ring and leads the crowd to chant, "You're a wanker" at him for the rest of the match. There is a good 3 minutes of strikes from these lads. Okada giving forearms and little gut kicks, whereas basically Buddy's just throwing his legs into Okada with as many dangerous angles as he possibly can. There's like so many kicks, so many knees. He hits him with a very sick looking flapjack, which is not something you see from a lad that small often enough.
Yeah, but like Buddy gets away with it because he's so packed on with size. It's kind of like Pac. It's like both guys are like, we're cruiserweights, but we're not going to look like cruiserweights, like
cruiserweight champions.
Yeah, and two of the best.
That was the last title match Buddy had in Australia.
That's great. It was, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, I did love that run. Phenomenal work.
Yeah. So Buddy goes for a meteor off the top, and Okada just drop kicks him off the top buckle.
he clocks himself off the apron, I think, as he's going down. Oh god!
I think this is like as Buddy back then, he tweaks his knee. I think.
Yeah, because he tweaked his like I don't know if it was the ankle or knee like before the match even started.
I think he was like clutching his knee at this point.
Yeah, because it was that same leg. Because when he hopped in, I don't know if you catch it on the replay because I didn't see it when I was watching the match, but he does tweak his leg before the match even starts, and he did tweet about it as well. Like when
he blamed the smaller ring fence, which I think just sort of fueled it.
Yeah, and then he was told to take down the tweet. Like really quickly.
Yeah. But this doesn't stop him too much as he goes for a meteor off the top, which, Jesus Christ. God.
Yeah. Him and Monet are like the king and queen of meteor, I respect.
Knees to face.
Yeah, as we said.
Okada cuts him off with, I think, his like neck breaker. I don't know if that's Heavy Rain. I know one of his big moves is, but...
yeah, it's weird because they never say it.
And I think it's called Rainfall in Japan.
Yeah, because in AEW they never give that a name, so I always call it like white noise neck breaker because that's kind of what he does. He patches them up like that and drops them underneath.
We get a very evil face from Kazuchika Okada.
God, yeah.
I'm going to use that as my profile picture and everything now because it's just so funny. He flips and then goes for an elbow drop as bitch is raining down on him from the crowd. This was a nice elbow drop. Then he gets too cocky, flips the bird, and Buddy just grabs his middle finger and keeps like wrist control through the middle finger for like a good minute.
Good stuff, mate.
Which is Okada's gimmick. Okada goes for the Rainmaker. This gets countered into go to sleep.
Oh, hello, Phil. hello, Philip.
Kent. Hello, Kenta. Glad to see you're happy back home. Yeah. Then Buddy tries to go for the curb stomp. This gets countered into a Rainmaker for 2. He's then able to reverse out of something and then hits the curb stomp for 2. And this is what he blames for his loss. He blames the ring on his loss for because he hits the Matthews Law and Okada's foot just gets in the ropes.
Yeah. Because your claim was if the ring was a bit bigger, then he would have been fucking not able to reach it. Yeah, exactly. Which is fair. Give him a rematch.
Buddy goes for a jackhammer, which I was not expecting. Yeah.
Shout out to Bill Goldberg, that piece of shit.
Bret Hart's fucking raging at home.
Bret Hart's like, I thought I could trust Buddy. An unsafe worker, clearly.
And then puts him in a Texas Cloverleaf shout out to Tanahashi. Yeah.
Yeah, nice little shout out there. Big pop for the Texas Cloverleaf in Brisbane. I love it there.
Okada barely is able to get to the ropes. He's then sent into the ref. Well, no, he sends Buddy into the ref, and then Buddy whips him into the ref. Okada holds on, hits the sneaky dick kick, and the Rainmaker for a 3. This was an awesome match. I loved it. Jeff,
it was really, really, really fun. Like I just wanted every Australian to win, I think. But like,
so I mean, the crowd.
yeah, but like, it's like, I just want Buddy Murphy to be given, or Buddy Matthews. Sorry for dead naming you. I want Buddy Matthews to be given the world because I've been like a Matthews guy since like the tagging in NXT. Like Black and Gold, like back in the day. Like, I've loved him since then. Like, his cruiserweight run was phenomenal. The stuff he did with Rollins, like, as Messiah. Like, yeah, it was wacky, and he was trying to steal Rey Mysterio's eye, but it was fun.
Let's just not talk about the Aaliyah stuff.
yeah, we'll leave that. But, like, yeah, I mean, I just want him to be given a belt. And, like, I love Okada. Okada doesn't need the belt, I would argue, and he could do some more fun things without a belt. And I think Buddy, not that he needs a belt to solidify him, because it's never the belt that makes the man, really, but it would really add to his kind of aura within the promotion. But great match nonetheless.
There is another Australian, I think, is taking that belt off Okada.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Before we get to our main event, we have 3 matches announced for Dynamite. There is an International Championship Series, which is basically just an excuse to have a bunch of really cool matches. As we're getting a rematch from Revolution last year for the International Championship of Orange Cassidy taking on Roderick Strong. Whoever wins that will face Takeshita, and whoever wins that match will go on to face Kenny at Revolution.
Yay.
Woo!
So Takeshi's beating whoever out of Roddy and
Yes.
Orange Cassidy anyway.
Oh God,
so.
I love those matches. Give me that.
Imagine you were like planned, like no offense to Roddy Strong, but imagine you're planning to catch the Kenny, and then Roddy just comes in and schoolboys to catch the wins. I was like, I guess we're getting Roddy versus Kenny.
I love that. Love the.
I'm not angry about it. Yeah, like I wouldn't be angry about it, but give me Kenny and Takeshi.
We're getting the trios match that we've been building up for a long time as the newly named Ops take on the Patriarchy. Hell yeah, brother.
They're gonna mince them into meat, into dust. Yeah. Just shit on their shoes, and it's gonna be great.
Nick Wayne's gonna get tapped out again like a bitch. Yeah, and we get from Twinks to Bears, we get Hobbs versus Big Bill in a street fight next week.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of
bricks being thrown everywhere.
Get the bricks in. Listen to Maurice.
Get the tables.
Maurice, get the bricks.
And now we come to, of course, the only thing that could main event the show for the AEW Women's World Championship, as not Brisbane's own, but their neighbours, the Gold Coast's Toni Storm takes on the AEW Women's World Champion Mariah May, who gets resoundingly booed throughout this entire match.
Mariah May booed in Australia going against timeless Toni Storm. I wouldn't hear the likes of it, Dave.
There's great signs in this crowd. I'll get to those. There's a lovely little video package of events that led up to her, basically recapping the story, as well as Toni visiting her old school. She has a very long history. Like, she's not even 30. She's been wrestling for 16 years.
Yeah, what's going on? Like, the Brits have infected everyone in terms of wrestling. The bastards. It's like, they're 11. Get them in there.
Like, Pete Dunne was like 12 when he debuted.
He was 12 when and I think Tyler Bate might have been like 5. by the rake of him, it's like Tyler Bate's not been used. It's like, well, he's not. He's like 25, surely. I think he might not be 21 yet. It's like it's teeny.
Before Toni comes out, Luther shows up as an usher, which leads to many jokes about the singer being made by Tony Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness. Love that.
Good stuff.
We get Tony's Barracuda theme before it transitions into, of course, the timeless Toni theme. She comes out wearing a very regal socialite actress outfit, but as the colour comes back on, we see that it's Aussie blue, and she's wearing trunks that have the Australian flag emblazoned on it, and it's lovely. It's a lovely little thing. Oh my god.
Gear peak, entrance peak, character peak.
Toni Storm.
Toni Storm. Toni Storm. Oh, I love it.
They stare down for a good long while, but as soon as the stare down time feels like it's done, they immediately just start hitting each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood, piss, and vinegar pumping through the veins.
Yeah, there is just there's 6 beautiful German suplexes from Toni.
Just 6. Only 6.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She goes down to the floor. Toni follows her, but Mariah is able to successfully bait her enough that she just shotgun drop kicks her into the barricade. Yeah, and then she rips up a Toni Storm fan sign to a huge boo.
Oh, great crowd work, Mariah. Yeah. You are the good.
Toni looks at a sign, and what she said has been put on that sign, and what she said is now being chanted at Toni, which is telling her to rip Mariah's tits off.
She did threaten that. She did say what she was gonna do.
And she goes up for that. Like, we get the corner head smash spots. But then Toni just fires up and starts whacking her. She hits her with 2 very, very stiff looking lariats. And then a sit-out spine buster. Love that.
Yeah. Oh my god, great stuff.
And, she puts Mariah into an STF that looks better than John Cena's. Oh, that's not difficult.
I was just gonna say that's a low bar.
I feel like after a certain point, you just started doing them like that on purpose to annoy people.
Isn't there like a story of, not to derail, but isn't there a story of like Cena used to like cinch it in really like the first couple times did it was really tight. Someone was like, "You gotta ease up on that, John. You can't be doing that." So now he's like actively just a loose noodle arm around.
Yeah. Mariah is able to grab the ropes. She like huddles into the ring and baits the hip attack as Toni's arse just goes flying into that ring post. Poor woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, as she is out, obviously she's out on the ropes at this point, Mariah just hits a Mayday from the apron to the floor. Which Nigel immediately declares is the end, which is not. Then gets her back in the ring, just hits a shotgun dropkick off the top. Which,
phenomenal work though.
But Toni, she's not giving up just yet. She's able to grab her into and hits Mariah May with her own finisher, the Mayday. Then there are many, many hip attacks as Revenge are sending her arse into the ring post. A nice little Storm Zero from Mariah as well. Just obviously she's been using that a lot since she beat Toni at All In.
Yeah, it's been their thing.
Obviously, like with the One-Winged Angel, you can't beat the person who invented it with it, so at least not twice. Yeah.
It's against the rules.
Yeah. But she hits a very nasty looking Saito suplex to Toni as well, which
ooh, tasty.
Oh, tasty. And then hits 2 Maydays in a row. And Toni's just barely able to kick out. So Toni goes into the corner. Mariah powerbombs her out of it. Ow. But Toni is able to escape her moves, hits another Storm Zero. But that isn't enough to get her down. Mariah, both these ladies are very tired by this point, as to be expected. Toni gets her head shot into the middle buckle, and Mariah just hits a nasty looking headbutt.
Yeah. Ugh.
Mariah, she thinks she's won it, she's dominant, but she thinks maybe she thought Toni was still a rookie. Maybe she just underestimated the 16 years of experience that she has. But whatever happened, Toni channels her rookie self, gets the small package for the 1, 2, 3. We have a new AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, wins in the main event in her home country. What a match! What a show, Jeff. What did you think?
Really good. I've mixed feelings on the finish, but obviously, like, Toni was always winning. That was, and obviously in that regard, like it probably meant that we weren't getting any other Aussie wins on the show, because you have to build up to, if you get 3 wins, you're not going to get the huge pop at the end,
the crowd did pop huge for this as well.
Yeah, they blue balled him to oblivion, and then they got him to pop for Timeless Toni Storm, and it's good, and I really hope that they continue on this feud, or hopefully now that Mariah doesn't have a belt, maybe they'll give her stories, because apparently you can't have stories when you have a belt. So give Mariah May something, whether it's more stuff with Toni, which would be delightful, or anything else, because she's phenomenal. And I think that's been lost in her run. I think people have forgotten how bloody good Mariah May is. And the media certainly did when she was on that press conference that one time. Great. Really enjoyed this.
Look, like with Swerve when he lost the belt, I think people were like, she's going to be champion again. Hangman,
Yeah.
Swerve,
Exactly. Like
they're all going to be world champions again. Like,
exactly. That's it. Just I hope she gets some juicy stories without Toni to show that she can do this on a wider stage, because she can, because she's phenomenal. She's so good. But really, really enjoyed it. Show was very, very nice. I think it like obviously I always am more of a preference to AEW in their presentation of things. I do prefer that way of pro wrestling presentation, and it was very enjoyable, very hyped for Evolution. Very excited to see
it's
what
a
they
good
did.
building show for Evolution, and the card for that, as like even with the main event, I think with the heat they got from this match, something very fucky is going to happen on that. And my theory is they're going to get what happened at Money in the Bank last year, where Christian thinks he have a big swinging dick. He's got this, and because he's overconfident, that is what Mox is going to do. Mox is going to use him to just sort of not only screw Christian out of his opportunity, but screw Cope out of his opportunity as well. Yeah. Do I want that? No. Do I think it's going to happen? Yes. But like, the International Championship match looks great. The cage match looks great.
Yeah, but it's like the rest of the card is great. It's just we sigh when we get to the world title, which is really sad.
I imagine Cope will try his best. Yeah, like he'll at least make it enjoyable until the very end, like he made this brawl look. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. If this is the kind of Cope we get, fuck yeah. Come on, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, this is a great match. Great show. I had a great time watching it and a great time reviewing it with you, Jeff.
Oh, thanks, brother. Thanks, man. Me too.
Yeah, if you're restless for more wrestling content like us, follow us at the links in the description down below. We have taken a break. Our schedules have not been linking up for a while now, but we are coming back with content. I think this will be posted alongside a review of last week's Dynamite.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're trying to catch up as fast as we can. We do have original content finally in the works that'll be out fairly soon, as well as the Royal Rumble review should be out soon enough as well. If we can do it before Elimination Chamber, I'll be very happy.
That'll be good, yeah. Because if we can't, we may well just maybe put that on a legacy kind of situation.
Yeah, we got lists and stuff coming up. We're doing. We're going to be doing video documentaries, the stuff. Check our social medias for shorts content. We will be posting more, I promise. Thank you for watching. Jeff, you have any closing words?
Just my usual Gaelic Gaeilge bollocks. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's good stuff. Take care of yourselves. Torara, Togo Bugge, take it easy and have the rest of your day. Slaunch it.
Just remember to watch the wrestling you love, because wrestling should be fun. Goodbye.
See you later, lads.